an amazing show that's gonna happen right behind us here. You guys know what's gonna happen? Not yet, but before we go into the show, here are some friendly reminders, okay? You can take as many pictures as you want, no problem. You want an Insta story, you want an Instagram, you want a TikTok, whatever, do whatever you want. But when we're showing some exclusive footages that no one else has seen, we will want everybody to not video record it and send out spoilers. Can we all do that? Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and honor to welcome some special guests up on stage today. Are you guys ready to give them a big warm welcome to Malaysia? Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, inviting on stage, we have the director of the Grudge and also the godmother of horror. Let's give a big warm welcome to Pesce and Lin Shaye. First time in Malaysia. Thank you very much. Let's invite both of you into your seats. All right. I'm pretty sure you guys want to ask them some questions as well, right? All right. Welcome to Malaysia.
Thank you.
How do you like in the weather? It's pretty hot, I know.
It's great.
Oh, it's great?
It's phenomenal.
It's okay. You don't have to lie. If you don't like it, you can say you don't like it.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Well, Lin, I see that you've been busy seeing the different party night spots of Malaysia, you know, through your Instagram. You've been having a few drinks and stuff like that. You're having some drinks last night?
A few.
A few? Oh, okay. Cool.
And honey, we had honey. A lot of beautiful bee honey.
Cool. So, this is your first time in Malaysia. You know, a lot of people here. I mean, have you ever been to Malaysia before?
No.
No? First impression, how do you like it?
It's a beautiful city.
It is a beautiful city. The construction and the buildings are spectacular. And the people are fantastic.
I have to remind you that where we are right now, we're next to a very iconic building that the world knows about, the Petronas Twin Towers. Have you guys been to see that yet?
Yes, I went this morning.
Alright, nice. Now, here's the question. I mean, like, we're missing one person that I saw in the trailer.
Yeah, we actually have, the cast wanted to come. Unfortunately, we were the only ones able to make it, but we do have JuOn calling in to let us, to welcome you all and say hello. Let's welcome John Chubb.
Let's connect to the show live.
John, you there?
Ni hao, at the Kuala Lumpur Comic Fiesta. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there, but I have sent Nick and Lin in my stead. Nick, Lin, how are you?
We're doing
John, I think
We're going to be
something's
showing
happening.
you some exclusive sneak peeks from our new film, The Grudge. We do hope you enjoy it.
Oh,
Hello?
John,
What's going
John,
on?
I think something's happening.
John?
John?
Oh,
I think something happened to John.
Okay. I hope he's fine. Alright? So, now, I hear that you brought some very exclusive footages for everyone here to watch.
Yes, we did.
Shall we?
Do you guys want to see some stuff?
I guess you won't be double tapping on Instagram anytime soon, huh? Oh, man! Wow. Guys, let's give a big round of applause for that performance, guys. That last scene was about, okay. Now, Nick, and I just want to jump right straight in. Now, this movie has a terrific, diverse cast. You know, you got John Cho, you got Andrea Riseborough, Damien Bashir, Betty Gilpin, of course, the godmother of horror, Lin Shaye. What was it like to direct so many seasoned actors, and were you familiar with their work prior?
Yeah, I mean, I was a fan of all of these actors before we made this, and I was so excited to get to work with them all. And I mean, to have a cast that is this great and has this much of, you know, they've had long careers, but they were all so fun to work with. And as dark and gross as this movie is, we all had a really great time together.
Now, directing a horror film, you've got to be like immune to anything that's horrid. I mean, filming this film actually give you nightmares of any sort? How did you prepare yourself?
Well, when it comes to movies, I'm sort of desensitized to this kind of stuff. And honestly, it's like on the day when Lin Shaye is cutting off her fingers, I'm more concerned with whether the blood is coming out at the right time, whether her hand is in the right place, whether it looks gross enough. My biggest concern is like, is there enough blood? Does this look gross enough? And are people getting nauseous on set?
Lin.
The answer is yes.
Now, Lin, you have an incredible range as an actor. And you have been a part of many different types of films, yet you're known as the godmother of horror. Now, what is it about horror films that you are attracted to?
I'm mostly attracted to a good story, but in this situation, The Grudge has such a wonderful history to it, and to be a part of not what we are sort of calling a reboot, it's expanding the mythology, not remaking the old films, but having the infection spread to the United States, basically. And also the opportunity to work with Nick. I had seen his earliest movie, his first film called Eyes of My Mother, and I feel he's one of our up-and-coming genius young filmmakers, and I was really excited to work with him. Thanks, Nick. I had a lot of fun, even though it's as gruesome as it is.
So, what was the most challenging part about playing or acting in this film, apart from the blood and the gore and everything?
I think finding the truth of the character, for me, as corny as that may sound, is really very important. There's a scene that's deleted, it will be in the director's cut, but that gave me the hook for Faith, which is she and her husband had a wonderful relationship for many years. You meet her when she's having a lucid day, and she disintegrates into the horror of dementia. So finding the thread of who she was and what she becomes, and then how the grudge takes her all the way down. And we mean all the way down.
Right. Okay. Now here's a question for the both of you. Now The Grudge is a story that has been told before. Now, what was it about this film that made you want to be a part of and make it different?
Well, I think the fun thing about this series is that it's an anthology. So every movie is a different set of characters, a different location, a different story. So in this world where everything is getting remade and rebooted, this was an opportunity to not have to remake anything. We're staying true to the honor of the legacy. All the movies that came before this one are part of this universe, and we've just added a new chapter into that mythology. And this time around, it's a lot more adult. It's Grudge for grown-ups, and it's way more gory, it's way more intense, it's way scarier, and I think you guys are gonna love it.
All right, we're just going to open up the questions to the floor. Lin, would you like to add to that? Anything you would like to say before we open up to the floor?
Just that, not really anything that Nick hasn't already said, but I'm really thrilled to be here and to have you witness the very beginning of what we hope is a fantastic season for this film.
Awesome. All right, we're going to open up the questions to the floor right now. If anybody wants to ask a question, all you have to do is just put your hands up, and we'll come to you with a microphone. All right, let's just turn the lighthouse on. Anybody?
House, and I think that when you go into these places that have long histories and feel kind of dark and sinister, you can feel the energy, you can feel the dark energy and the weird stuff that's happened there. And if I did see a ghost, I'd probably be upset because it was slowing us down and we need to keep working.
How about Lin?
See any ghosts?
Only Nick. Not really, but I think what Nick said is true. You know, when you immerse yourself in the mythology that this film carries with it, it sort of unearths your own imagination on some level, and there is that thing of, is it your imagination or was there really something over there? And you do carry that around with you. So sort of what Nick said, I didn't see anything per se, but I was set on edge. And it made me look around more than usual.
Yeah, let me tell you, Nick, you will see one when you film your next film here in Malaysia.
That's what I hear. Everyone tells me that there's a lot of ghosts roaming around.
Yeah, some nice ones and some not so nice ones. Next question. Anybody has a question? All right, we have a question over there. A man in the yellow black tee. Yes. Thank you very much. Tell us.
Malaysia.
Yes.
I really want to ask the director, are you really satisfied with how the film turned out to be? Like, do you feel like there's more to it that you could have done? And if possible, would you make it like a continuation, like a series following this movie?
I'm very proud of how the movie turned out. I think that it's a very unique movie. It's very me, but it's also very grudgy, and I'm very proud. And yeah, I mean, if all of you guys buy enough tickets and make this movie successful for me, there will certainly be more.
All right, we have time for one last question. Last question. All right, last question. Okay, to the gentleman at the back who turned behind and say, yes, you, who just stood up with the amazing hairstyle. That's right. We're getting a microphone to you right now.
Movies you acted, which are the favorite one?
Oh.
Well, I have to say The Grudge.
Second favorite.
For real though, this was an extraordinary character to play, and even though I've done other horror films, I've never had the opportunity to dive down this deep in terms of the horror of a character. And I loved working with Nick. He's a wonderful director, great ideas, very generous of spirit, and open to his actors' ideas. So for me, I honestly mean that. I think this has been my favorite. Don't tell James Wan.
Or do.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to Nick and Lin. All right, now, there has been a global poster contest for The Grudge with Talent House, and we are going to announce the winner right here at Comic Fiesta, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so what's going to happen is we're going to show the 4 posters that have been designed, and they're up on the screen right here behind me. And of course, pay attention to all of them. Look at them, pretty nice. Lin, before we announce the winner, alright, just take one good look. We already have the winner, because you know what, you're holding it. And this is just amazing work. So if any of the contestants from other countries are in the audience, let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Right now.
They are all fantastic. All right, are you ready?
We only have one winner.
We have one winner, and the winner is Uvenus UV.
Malaysia!
Yeah! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations, it's fantastic.
Is she here? Is she here today? Is she here today? I can't see. Oh, no, I can see. Is she coming up on stage? She's not coming up on stage? Well, give a big round of applause to her, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a big round of applause. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we would like to say thank you to both Nick and Lin for coming here today to talk about the movie and answer your questions today. But before we go, we have just one more surprise scene for all of you. You guys ready for this? All right, Nick, you ready? You want to introduce it before we play it?
Do you guys want to see it? Yeah! Let's show it to them.
Okay.